have such an instinct for, I mean, it was clear that you were a really feeling musician. That's clear from the first, it's clear from just watching you stand on the stage and from meeting you. It's always a gift to feel a lot about music. So just like you did now, it was almost like you were trying to explain to us how you feel about it. That's all you're trying to do. Just absolutely banish any thoughts at all about what you've heard about this concerto, or am I going to make this shift, or am I going to mess up this, or is it just absolutely banish them and just try to explain to us how do you feel about this thing. Try to get to the most childlike relationship you can have to it. And take your time, don't worry about rhythm, just don't worry about stuff. Just try to get to that core feeling. And don't stand too close to that music stand, it's really creepy.
Sorry.
Okay, can you slow down your
Vibrato.
No, not vibrato. No. Can you slow down your relationship to notes, because you're skipping past some of them. These are important. All of those notes cannot be the same anything. They have to say something. A repetition has to be, obviously, here I am repeating this again, it's for a reason. Or actually, this sounds like it's a repeat, but actually it's the beginning of something totally different. Just cannot be a succession of notes. Can you just go from here? Create a little bit more. I don't know if you're actually gripping, but can you just?
Yeah.
You are
super gripping.
Super gripping.
Yeah. I'm going like this basically.
On honesty, okay.
I don't know how to not do it.
So can you just? I really actually don't care how you sound right now at all. So stop trying to sound good, and just I want you to focus on your basic feeling. So back to this core of where any kind of fear comes from. That's all we're trying to focus on right now. So gripping is definitely fear. I mean, that's like the most basic instinct of all time. If we're scared of something, we're just gripping on for dear life. So can you just try to loosen up absolutely everything? Anytime your fingers are not, like, your hand has an instinct for intonation. There's absolutely no issue with it at all. He doesn't believe me, but trust me, I know that. You have to allow your hand to feel where these notes are, because it knows where they are. You're like, it's like you're trying to walk and putting blockades in front of yourself. It would be different if you couldn't walk, but you can. So can you just not grip and don't care about how you sound? Try that again. Okay, can you just try that one? Can you just try that one more time from here? Okay, so that's a. First of all, I would. The whole thing has upbeats to it, so fingering, if possible, should kind of mimic something to do with the phrasing. So I would change there. But if you don't, can you just Like, that's not difficult for you. Just relax the hand.
Yeah.
Keep it relaxed, do not grip. Doesn't matter how you sound. Keep relaxed, keep going.
I work every day. I basically go in the practice room because this has been my problem since I was a little kid doing this.
Right.
And I go into the practice room and I'm basically practicing like this. And the minute I play for more than 2 people,
that's why what you need to work on is your mind.
yeah.
That's what you need to work on. A lot of the time we practice, not everybody practices a lot, but most people, no, not most people, probably most of you people practice a lot. Is that true or not? You hardworking types? We are so seldom silent in a practice capacity. If you were to like listen outside of my practice room, half the time I'm not actually playing. I'm just contemplating, like, where is my mind? Where does it have to be for this piece? What's my philosophy for how to play it? What is the message behind it? What's the point of me playing this? Where is fear coming from? Where is tension coming from? Like, these are things that so often we think we can just practice for 100 hours, a piece of music, that we can learn it, and then where your head is at, you can just kind of switch into the right mode in the last minute. You can't. You have to work on that as hard, if not harder. Some people don't have to overcome that. Some people are not particularly analytical. Some people don't overthink things. Some people are extremely instinctual, or some people are just have such a hyper intelligence or kind of emotional disconnect. I don't mean that as a negative thing, but they're not too emotionally involved in stuff, that they don't have to overcome that. But if you're one of those people who has that challenge, you have to apply such seriousness with how to overcome that, and go to the absolute fundaments of what it is you're playing, how it is you're feeling. Also use the power of your imagination to remember and kind of recreate exactly how it is you feel when you first walk on the stage and you're having to play through for people. Like, you try to really, really remember exactly what that feels like, which I'm sure you remember, but to recreate that and to force within the comfort of a practice room, to force much more kind of positive thoughts, and I don't mean just positive thoughts, you know what I mean, like you'll work it out, but I'm speaking, trust me, I'm speaking from experience, a lot of experience of trying to redirect my instincts, because I was playing a lot publicly way too early, like when I was 15, 16, 17, and had the opportunity to record and to do all these kind of extremely public things. And I was at the time studying with an excellent teacher, but he was extremely detailed and would kind of cut up what I was playing a lot. And then I was meant to, in the last, and I wasn't working on my psychology. And the last minute I would, be going on stage trying to piece together this endless amount of hurdles with what was my overview.
How'd you get over that?
It took a long time. I played many bad concerts. I played a sizable amount of pretty good concerts. There was a lot that was too much pressure was riding on small objectives. And I would say you definitely relate to that. And the best advice I can give you is to recognize that from the most distance you possibly can. So try to get the biggest overview, the clearest perspective. Try to kind of get out of this kind of close looking at stuff and just go as far away as possible and try to gain perspective on the larger objectives and how to address them. And test yourself reasonably frequently. So like, now that we have this conversation now, maybe like in 1 week, if you have some nice friends, I'm sure you do have some nice friends, you just test it out. Play exactly the same thing and see if you're able to just take a step in that direction, because you're the absolute, like, you just played everything absolutely perfectly just because your mind was in a more trusting place, and I'm trying my best to just banish all those thoughts and encourage those ones. So it's not like you have to practice for 400 hours in order to play stuff well or to play stuff as great as you want to. You know, it's you don't have that hurdle. It's just a case of rewiring certain things, because you play so well and you have such a sensibility for music and express it beautifully, and like I would want to hear you play again. So, okay, I think that's...
Thanks so much.
Are you around?